right, 50 miles again. 5 birds. This is preparations for the 500 miles. Visibility is not that great, even though it's clear sunshine skies. Got a slight breeze from the north. Nothing bad. Let's go, let's go. Bache, bache, bache. That's 5 birds for the 500 miles race. Alright, you guys, today's Thursday. Tomorrow is basketing day. This is a quick 20 miles toss. The reason why I'm tossing the birds this way is because we have you know, to stretch their wings. They don't loft like too much because they're older birds. So there we go, just a quick 20-mile toss. All my instincts they already have, they just need some exercise. So we're not going that far today. This is just helping stretch their wings. And 4 birds left for the old bird season, so we'll see how they do. Alright, so the 500 miles race is tomorrow. We will be loading up the birds. 500 miles race. This one will be one of them. As well as this one right here. And I'm thinking twice about this one. This one, I might not send this one. Maybe not this time. Maybe next year, this one. Alright, so one of them is going to 500 miles. Okay, so these are the 4 birds that will be flying for the old bird season. Alright. Wish them well. This is a 500 miles race. 500 miles race is not a walk in the park. But good birds can do it. Therefore, these birds, they will prove themselves eventually, hopefully. Got those birds. All right. 500 miles race today. We got 500 miles.
Final rise, bro.
Yeah. Take one last look. Let's look at all the birds real quick. All right.
Está ese y hay otro, ¿cuál es? Y el 1307.
One last look. Okay, good luck, birdies. All right. So what's up with these crates? We don't need these ones? These are all empty?
Put the 4 here.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got some crates on the other side.
All right.
Those guys do.
empezó el campeonato, míralo ahí.
¿Qué?
Aquí hay uno mío queriéndose pisar uno tuyo. No, ese es de Baker, ese es de Baker.
Tiene que volver a hacer. No es malo que pisa.
Hay uno
Los
mío
míos dan
aquí-
leña.
hay uno mío que se quiere pisar.
All right, so this is what the birds will get.
Just high carb,
Okay,
low protein.
cool. All right,
No peas.
all right.
Yeah.
That's probably like superfood for my birds. So, good luck driving, man. All right,
Good luck.
all right. 500 miles. Good luck, birdies. 500 miles. Make it home quick. All right, you guys, I'm back home now. Gotta make a lot of preparations for tomorrow. All right. Seems like we're gonna have a lot of. We're hoping for a 10 to 12 hours race tomorrow. But our birds might not be home till the second day. If we get a day bird, that's a bonus for us. But if we don't, it's all good. Yeah, so we're hoping that our birds get home on the day. We don't know how good they are until we actually fly them. So therefore, that's why we're flying them and testing them. That's the only way to know if you have good birds or not. There we go. We sent 4 birds. Hope to get them back tomorrow. Fingers crossed. All right, good morning. It's 10 o'clock right now. We're not expecting any birds until after 3 or 4 o'clock. So I'm gonna let my young birds out. These are my young birds for this year. I'll try to settle them. Today's a good day to settle them. These are all young birds right here. Except for that big, huge, fat one right there. That's an old bird. But all these young birds, they need to be settled for this year's racing season. Gotta get these young birds out so they can loft fly and whatever else. Yep, I need to get them up and go fly. Today's a good day for them to be flying. They seem to have lots of energy. The lazy ones, come on, let's go. Let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go. Come on, let's go. All right, the time now is 3:27 and I don't have any old birds back yet. This is 10 hours. So if they're flying nonstop at around 50 miles an hour on average, they will be here by now. But I'm sure they landed. They've flown south and they're probably gonna be flying north. The wind was blowing south from the gate, from the release site. So therefore, they're probably flying south. And at the last 100 miles or so, the wind is blowing north. So therefore, the wind will carry them back this way. And hopefully we get a bird or our birds within the next 2 hours. Well, nothing back yet, just a squirrel sitting on a ladder. That's our food while we wait. Yep, just a little munchy here and there. Jeez, man, this waiting game is not fun at all sometimes. They're supposed to be here already. But I can't blame them. These are young birds. All right, you guys, it's midnight on race day. And I'm checking up on my birds one more time. Because from what I know, that bird came back home. Okay, so that bird is one of the birds that got back home from the 500 miles. I'm looking around to see if any other one got back yet. Nope. The 3 hens didn't get back, but the cockbird did. See, that one did. See? All right. And the sorry part is that he came back during the daytime sometime. I left at 5 o'clock. I had to go back to work. So I left at 5 o'clock. And he came home sometime after 5. And my kids didn't check until I called them again. I called them to check on the birds, and they did it. Oh, they looked at the clock. They said there was no birds back yet, but the bird was already here. He walked right through that pad and he didn't scan in. That's what kind of sucks about those smaller pads, you know. Yep, we got one bird back for the day. Waiting for the next 2 birds or 3 birds tomorrow. That's the second bird, only 500 miles away. Second bird from 500 miles away has arrived. Come on, Quinn. Hungry, hungry, hungry. All right. 8:46 a.m. the next day. All right. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and we got our third bird back just a little while ago. And he's that one. That's a she. The weirdest part about this bird was that this bird used to be this bird acted just like a cockbird at a young age, and it turned out to be a hen. But one more out. Yeah, this is what I give them. Fatten them up. We finish. Peanuts and bird seeds. Sunflower seeds. Sorry about the mess. I'm too busy. I don't have time to scrape yet. I usually scrape once a week or twice a week, but I'm just overly busy. I scraped the other day on Friday. Today I'm just busy. But anyhow, that's how racing is. If your birds are too fat, they take quite a while. They will have energy to get home, but they might be on the slower side of things. For the first year of racing, because these are young birds, I don't know how well they will do, so I didn't line up the feed. I made sure they had plenty of fat and meat on them so that they would get home. I didn't expect them to win against all these other more experienced old birds, but I did what I can to basically, you know, saying to take the chance. You know, I put a lot of body fat on them. I gave them these like this high protein food here, mixed with all the other seeds and stuff to fatten them up, and it actually helped. I figured they would be all right, that they could go to the 500. They've flown the 300. The 200, the 150, the 100, they've flown every race except for the 400 miles. So therefore, I figure they can do the 500 miles without any problems if I give them enough fat. I was worried. I was a little bit worried that they were too fat and they might get too tired and come home late like this, but that's expected. I didn't want to risk putting them on lighter feed and then having them run out of body fat too early on and then not making it home. So therefore, I fattened them up. And yes, they did come home late, but it's expected. I wasn't expecting to win this race at all whatsoever. I just wanted to see whether my birds have the determination to get home or not. Next year and the years after that, I would put them on lighter feed and better feed and more energy feed and maybe more of the expensive probiotics and you know, Versiolaga or, you know, all that other good nutrient heavy powder mix stuff for the birds. But this year I kept it really simple and basic, just regular feed and just a little bit of electrolytes in the water and things like that, because this is an experience around for this year. It's not a run for, you know, for anything else. But yep, that's our lesson, man. You guys can learn from us. Those are our mistakes. We fattened them up a little bit too much, but that actually helped them get home, but just on the slower side. But that actually gave them enough energy to get home. I was afraid if they were too light, they would land and not have enough energy to get home. But yep, the peanuts and the bird food did help them get home. All right, third bird back. All 10 flights are there. All right, our birds were a little bit on the fat side. A little bit pinkish a little bit on the purple side. A little bit too much protein, a little too much carb, but beautiful, healthy looking bird. Didn't lose too much weight. This is the second one. This one is Jansen's. All these are Jansen's. The other ones, the other two are from the Alaska lines, but this one's a Jansen. Flight feathers are nice and even. I don't think this one has a 1-pin tail. This one's tail is kind of like that. but this one a little bit on the fat side. All right, you see this one, the keel bone is different. This one in the early days last year, this one broke its leg, this one broke this leg, and on a different occasion, and broke its keel bone on a different occasion. And this one came back injured during a short training toss, like from a 30-mile toss or something like that. But this one came out to be one of our 500 milers, one of our finishers. All the other good birds disappeared, but this one stayed around, dedicated. So you just never know. And then this one is the first bird to our loft. Okay, this one's a cockbird. First bird. This one might have came in during the daytime after I left. I left at 5 p.m. to go back to work, and then this one came in sometime after that, but he walked across the pad too fast. This one was born last June or something like that, I would think. But this is a cockbird, and you know, these are late hatches. Yeah, I think this one. No, this one was born around August or October or something like that, or September. But yeah, these are all young birds, and they've all flown pretty well. Young birds, the yearling birds, late hatch birds, they can fly the 500 miles if you train them well and you feed them well. This year, these were their first year. I didn't expect to win the 500 miles, and I don't expect to do too well at all, or well at all. But my only goal was to get them home, and therefore I gave them, and I made them too fat for this trip, for this 500-mile trek, because I wasn't sure how long they would take and how much fat they would need for the 500 miles race. Every other club member's birds that I handled and held, all the birds were lighter and thinner compared to my birds. My bird was much more heavier because I gave them peanuts and sunflower seeds and all that good high protein whole corn stuff just to fatten them up, mixed along with the regular economy feed and all that good stuff, because I wanted them fat just in case they might get lost or they might take longer than usual, and which they did, and therefore they came back and they're still pretty fat. But all the lighter birds, they came back in on the day. Next year, for sure though, we're gonna lighten them up. We're gonna keep them lighter and thinner, and we're gonna train a little bit more just to help them out. But it shows us that our birds are determined to get home if we do the right things for them. And so far, we haven't given them the 110% that we usually would do, because like I said, you know, we're busy doing other things in life and traveling and stuff, so we haven't been able to maintain our birds to the best quality that they should have. But even then, coming home still at that, you know what I'm saying, much of a disadvantage, even with age and everything, they still showed us that they can still fly. So, you know, we were looking forward to next year, and this year, after this, we're gonna fly all the young birds, and whatever is left over, we'll fly in the old bird season as well, and whatever finishes that, we'll continue on to the next season and possibly become our breeders in the future. But we thank you guys very much for tuning in. You know, don't give up hope, guys. You know, try hard. If you want to be in the sport, train hard, feed well, keep them healthy, and they do the rest. You can talk all you want, you can yap all you want, but the birds can only do what they can do. You know what I'm saying? So, and all you can do is try to help them as best as possible. Good feed, lots of good, you know, nutritious stuff, good health, and they'll do everything else. But anyways, thanks for tuning in, guys. God bless you guys. Take care. We'll see you guys during young bird season in a few months. God bless. Take care.